Pabel, and what is Plurawl?
Pabel is un dominicano, a storyteller and a native New Yorker who's been in the tech industry for like 10 plus years, and the hardest part of all my jobs has been bringing my most authentic self to work. So I launched a company to create the representation that I wish I had when I was younger.
Me too. So what does Plurawl stand for?
So plural, if you think about it, just stands for more than one if you take out the W, because for so long I felt like I had to strip every part of my identity into this singular version of myself. I feel like I couldn't show the intersectionality of everything who I was, because I've been trained to believe that who I was unprofessional. There's research out there from the Harvard Business Review that says 76% of Latinos at work suppress parts of their identities. It's 3 out of every 4 of us.
Why do you think that is?
Think about all the tech jobs that I've worked. Like, it's 5% Latino, 5% Black. You look around and there aren't that many people that look like you.
That's true.
So what do? You adjust to the majority. And I knew that in order to advance in corporate America, I needed to build relationships. And talking about Bad Bunny and smoking hookah and bottle popping wasn't gonna help me build relationships.
For sure not.
With my coworkers.
Yes.
So instead, I studied white popular American culture for days out of my week. Like, instead of doing my work, I would do that. To like create a script when I get into work that I was like, they're gonna ask me this, I'm gonna reply, and like, we're gonna have a full-on conversation as I created it in my head, because I knew that that was gonna help me advance in corporate America. And I learned that at an early age. Like, my grandfather, to protect me from people's negative perceptions, he would tell me, do you see presidents, CEOs with beards, earrings, tattoos? No, so act and dress accordingly. But he was also indirectly telling me, based on the representation, that if I wanted to be successful, I needed to act more like a white man. So that's what I did. But now what I want to do is create the representation of people being their most authentic self and thriving in whatever role they're in, like you. I started Plurawl as a lifestyle brand and a media company. And what's fascinating is that it's in the transition of going into educational technology, because in the midst of having all these conversations, in the midst of posting certain things, what I started to hear from people was like, oh, I never thought about it like that. Or, oh, that changed my perspective. What I realized was, like, in addition to inspiring people that look like us, people that don't look like us, I was educating them on what things like bias were, on things like what was professionalism and executive presence. I was also educating people, so that's what I'm also doing as well.
In one sentence, what is the one thing that you want people to take away from this interview?
Professionalism is defined as a skill or competence expected of a professional. That's it. It has nothing to do with how you look. So if someone calls you unprofessional, ask them, well, what about my appearance gives you the indication that I don't have the skill or competence expected for this role? They're probably gonna get quiet. If they're brave, they're gonna admit their bias, and it's gonna get awkward.
Boom, okay, that's it, bye.